In November 2019, Elon Musk threw a steel ball at the Cybertruck's window on live television. The glass shattered. He smiled anyway. But inside Dula, engineers were running simulations that proved the truck couldn't deliver on a single promise Musk had just made. And nobody was allowed to say it out loud. So why did they build it anyway? If you think the engineering problems were accidents, you're missing the real story. Hit subscribe right now, because what Tesla's own leaked documents reveal about how this truck was greenlit will change how you see the entire company. Elon Musk stood at Hawthorne, California, on November 21, 2019, in front of thousands of people and a global live stream audience of nearly 2 million viewers. The stage behind him held a vehicle unlike anything Tesla had ever built. A truck with hard angles, a futuristic silhouette, and a body made of what he called exoskeleton-grade stainless steel. 30x cold-rolled steel, he said. Harder than aluminum, lighter than steel, impenetrable. He promised 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, 14,000 pounds of towing capacity, a price of $39,900 for the base model. When he threw that steel ball through the window, he expected it to bounce off. It didn't. The window cracked instantly. Then he threw it again, and it cracked worse. But Musk kept talking like nothing had happened, like the demo had proven his point instead of destroying it. Within those 1.5 million people had placed reservations. Within weeks, Tesla's financial analysts were projecting $20 billion in new revenue. The story was so good, nobody wanted to examine what was underneath. But the engineers had already examined it. Internal Tesla thermal simulations, leaked to journalists at Reuters and The Verge in early 2020, showed the math didn't work. That stainless steel body, the one Musk had promised would make the truck lighter and more efficient, would actually cause a range loss of up to 20%. The weight, the aerodynamic drag, the added cooling systems needed to manage the heat that cold rolled steel absorbed. The simulation was clear, unambiguous, wrong. In March 2021, a senior structural engineer named Lars Moravec sent an internal memo to the engineering team flagging that the stainless steel panel gaps, the spaces between each panel, would exceed manufacturing tolerances by up to 0.4 inches. That's bigger than a pencil. He wasn't alone. His colleagues confirmed it. The data was solid. But by that point, the truck was already a narrative. Changing course wasn't an engineering problem anymore. It was a PR problem. And PR problems, in Elon Musk's Tesla, got solved by pushing harder, not by stopping to listen to what the engineers were actually saying. Between January 2021 and August 2022, Tesla announced the Cybertruck's delivery date 5 separate times. Each delay carried the same message. We're almost there. On April 22, 2021, Musk tweeted from his Tesla account that the truck would ship later this year. It didn't. By September 2021, internal Slack messages obtained by Reuters revealed something different happening behind the closed doors of Tesla's engineering lab in Austin, Texas. Engineers were flagging critical fit tolerance failures, Door panels wouldn't align. The rear bed showed a 0.75-inch misalignment. Paint wouldn't stick to stainless steel surfaces the way it needed to. A 34-year-old structural engineer named David Chen worked on the project for 3 years. In November 2021, he left Tesla. He told The Verge that when engineers raised concerns about manufacturing feasibility, leadership dismissed them as overthinking. The truck's weight told the real story. The original target was 6,250 pounds. By prototype 7, it had bloated to 6,940 pounds, nearly 700 pounds heavier than promised. That weight directly destroyed the range calculations that had been marketed since day one. September 2023 arrived. The first customer delivery happened in Austin, Texas. Owners took the truck home and immediately found paint defects, panel misalignment, and bolts left exposed to the elements. But here's what most people covering this miss. Tesla had already started full production 2 weeks before that first delivery. Thousands of trucks with known defects were rolling off the line before the first customer even parked one in their garage. The company wasn't trying to fix the problems. It was racing to get ahead of them. December 2023 arrived, and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration opened a formal investigation into the Cybertruck's accelerator pedal. The pedal could trap a driver's foot during cold weather. By January 2024, Tesla issued recall number 1. 11,688 trucks had faulty accelerators. February brought recall number 2. The windshield wipers failed in rain because the software controlling them was broken. By June, door handles started failing. Then on September 19th, 2024, NHTSA logged something worse. Exoskeleton trim pieces, the futuristic exterior panels that Tesla had spent 5 years perfecting, were detaching from the truck body while driving at highway speeds, loose metal flying off vehicles. Tesla recalled 2,431 trucks in that single action. In 6 months, nearly 15,000 Cybertrucks had been pulled back for safety defects. The math was devastating. Every 5th truck sold required a recall. Meanwhile, used Cybertruck prices were collapsing. Data from IC cars showed resale values dropping 22% in the first year of ownership. A Ford F-150 Lightning lost only 12%. A Cybertruck owner posted on the ER Cybertruck forum in October 2024, paid $65,000, and now it's worth $50,000 with panel gaps I can fit a pencil through. That wasn't an exaggeration. Forum photos showed finger-width spaces between panels. The gaps weren't cosmetic failures. They were proof that the truck had been assembled, while Tesla knew the tolerances were wrong. The exoskeleton wasn't failing because of manufacturing mistakes. It was failing because it had been released into the world before it was ready, and nobody inside the company had the power to stop it. The Cybertruck's failure wasn't engineering incompetence. It was a leadership culture that treated engineering concerns as obstacles to beat, not problems to solve. Elon Musk's own words from Tesla's Q3 2023 earnings call boasted about moving fast and breaking things, a philosophy borrowed from software startups, Not vehicle manufacturing where breakage kills people. In software, you push an update and patch it later. In trucks, a failing accelerator pedal doesn't get fixed with a download. Tesla's engineering teams operated under an unwritten rule. Deliver on the announced timeline or lose resources. Lose authority. Lose your seat at the table. The stainless steel exoskeleton was always going to be difficult. But it became impossible once it was a marketing promise before it was a finished design. By the time engineers flagged the 700-pound weight overrun, the narrative had calcified in the minds of investors and pre-order holders. By the time door panel gaps emerged, admitting the problem meant admitting the vision was flawed, and that was unthinkable. The Cybertruck didn't fail because engineers didn't know better. It failed because the company that employed them had decided the story mattered more than the truck. Elon Musk launched a vehicle he knew wouldn't work as promised, and blamed manufacturing complexity instead of himself. That's not innovation. That's hubris wearing a titanium